And we're green. Let's go. Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to MS Formula 1. I'm gonna post the link to the stream right now. And yeah, welcome to Formula 2, not Formula 1. You heard nothing. So, we are at Autodromo. No, it's not Autodromo. Is it Autodromo?
Yes.
It's Autodromo Enzo Dino Ferrari for the San Marino Grand Prix of Formula 2. Joining me in the commentary box, as you have just heard, is Miran FG. Hello, Miran.
Hello, and Formula 2 returns after a very long hiatus. We are finally back with the Formula 1 feeder series at the Imola circuit. It's going to be a very exciting one as well. We got 4 new rookies in F2 as well. 5 even.
Yeah, 5,
wow.
Man. It's a bit insane, but yeah, we can go over them a bit as the clock is running and qualifying already. So, the first one, there's Aditya Bagos live in the pit lane, but he's not a rookie. The first one on the list is Serranox, known from Formula 2.
Formula E.
Formula E. Yes, I hope the frame rate won't be too choppy. These cars are a bit high poly, but it should stabilize itself as we go with the race. We're just gonna, hold on, let me quickly set up the graphics. But yeah, it's Sierra Knox, championship contender in Formula E during stand-in duties, trying to, you know, show her best. Then we have Chris Comedipur, Formula 1 driver, now standing in for Nick Tander, who was race banned. Then we have Zarmim Imran from Canada, doing, I believe, a full-time drive now for Haruz after Daisuke Todoroki's disappearance. Then we have Johanna Holmqvist, Aditya Bagos, those are normal drivers. Then you have Max Mustermann, replacing Guayando in the Campos, and Gabriel Bado replacing Hussein Chenegai, who graduated to Formula 1. But yeah, one thing I wanted to say, and we discussed this before broadcast, is Nick Tander, because Comedipur is a Formula 1 driver replacing him, but the story of Nick Tander, I've came to an interesting conclusion. He's the most banned driver in MMS.
Well, I think, yeah, he is. I think that gives him the title of most controversial MMS driver ever. Okay,
so for those that don't know, Nick Tander has been banned. His ban journey starts in Season 2, where he got race banned from the French Grand Prix after a few incidents. That's in Season 2. Then in Season 3, this is where I crack up a bit as Duke Schulat, oh dear lord, the Abakus is getting hauled up massively on this lap. It's not what you want. Oh, and he's not even overtaking him. That's Bagos' lap ruined. But yeah, what I wanted to say is Tander got actually season banned from MMS competition for a year because of what he did during the Malaysian Grand Prix, not Malaysian, sorry, also Malaysian. In Malaysian, he did a very big pileup that was dangerous. You know, he got a reprimand, he got a suspended ban, and then in Mexico City, which then later turned out to be season 3 finale, he did the amazing move of, when he was blue flagged, because his race was pretty much over very soon in the race, he got damage. And he was being lapped on the final laps of the race by Rodney Rackus, who was the race leader for Benetton. And what he decides to do, was it Rackus? I think it was either Rackus or the other Benetton of Herhold, I don't remember, but he brake checks the car behind him, trying to do blue flags, as he said. And on the radio he said something about, sorry guys, but I have to do this, go Rackus. Basically admitting he did this on purpose as Bagos crosses the line, but I don't think that's going to be pole. But yeah, so when the stewards got note of this, he got banned instantly, and he didn't get a seat in any series until, you know, the ban expired.
Well, I mean, I guess it is. I mean, considering I have to provide unbiased opinions as a commentator, I guess it is nice to see that he's finally back to racing, but
yeah, he's banned again.
He's done it again. Yes. So I guess he can be statistically awarded the most controversial driver in MMS history.
Yeah, the nickname Nicky Temper really does the justice here, in my opinion, as more cars crossing the line. Currently, Isiakos Karmevakis, the man who did the amazing drive last time out in Formula 2. Currently on pole as Milos Sedliak is now on a lap. We're gonna go on board with the Harus car. There's this discussion, right? People, for some reason, English speakers scored Charus.
Well,
Where did they get that from? The team is Czech.
I mean, you think about it. I guess people don't know a lot about the Czech line. I mean, I didn't even know it's pronounced Charus until you said it.
Yeah, because
I did, but what I wanted to say is that Alex Jakes, who's in the or Alex Jakes, I don't know how the fuck you.
It's
Jack. It's Jack. I don't know. See, British pronunciation strikes again. Alex Jack in the F2 commentator booth pronounces it Charus, and then everyone just pronounces it Charus. I mean, I pronounce it Charus. I guess it's Charus, but whatever.
As Sierra Knox, one of our debutants today, goes third. Never mind, that's Miller into third. One of the championship contenders, actually.
Yeah, she did very well in Bahrain, obviously. Had a very close battle for the race win. Ultimately ended up in P3, and then she took pole at Adelaide, but didn't go on to win the race. That man was the provisional pole sitter here at the moment, Isakios Karmevakis, who delivered a fantastic drive in Adelaide, as you did say.
Yeah, Celia goes 11th. Any more drivers on the lap? There is that the championship leader? Yeah, that's the championship leader, Marko Valsecki in the number 1 Prema car. I'm curious to see how Marko does in this race. This is theoretically his home race for Prema. Prema, actually. There you go, another British pronunciation.
The Brits. It's the Brits.
They do ruin languages, don't they?
They do. I've had so many of my pronunciations just nullified. Okay. Why did he turn
1.5 off?
Yeah, that is not a good lap from Darius Petrauskas. Neither is it from Johanna Holmqvist in 14, so they'll be wanting to get some improvement. Either way, I think it's just a banker lap for the two, and they're just trying to find their feet around the circuit. Obviously, a lot of these guys have never raced around here. You've got people like Chris Komodipour, who obviously is going to have to get some time to get accustomed to these Dallara Formula 2 cars, but he has driven around here, I'd say.
Yeah, he has last season in Formula 1, so...
Yeah. But yeah, most of these guys have never driven here.
Svoboda goes third, Badel, I believe, has just set a lap time that puts him 12th, but Valsecki goes 7th, behind Komodipour.
It's not a bad effort from Chris Komodipour, I have to say. 6th is not bad at all, and I think he'll be quite happy about that.
There is a device, his teammate is also on a lap. It divides, I'd say he's doing decently.
Yeah, he's doing alright. I mean, he's finishing the points in these last 2 races.
Device is 9th in the standings currently, so that's a good result.
Yeah, it's not bad at all, as he's gonna come across the line and to set a lap time as he was 14th.
But he's only 0.48 off of the... You see how insane the series is?
I mean, I think the best way to sum up how close the series was the first race at Bahrain. The finish for that was absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, that's true. Gonna go over the grid, where Kronholm is not leaving. Estrada, 18th fastest, and we have a rookie leaving the pits and on the lap time already. That's Zarmim Imran.
Yeah, the man from Canada making his MMS debut as a whole, in fact. Obviously, not a lot is expected from the young Canadian, but or young, he's 23. I guess that's still young.
That's young. Like, we have to stop with this weird thing that we only describe people as young when they're like 18 or 17.
True. He is still young. The young Canadian making his Formula 2 and MMS debut as a whole. I think it'll be interesting to keep an eye on him.
Yeah, and currently he's doing this, and he's just 0.1 behind the pole time, so currently doing decent. Haro's definitely knowing how to set up the car, so there is promise in that car. There is promise in Haro's today, and they definitely can deliver a nice result. So for the final chicane, choppy due to the amalgamation of cars in the pits, but it should be a decent lap time, and it is. It's 6th fastest. Wow.
Not bad at all. That is a very good effort from Zarmin Imran, and that's got the Canadian up into P6, and only 2/10 off Karmevakis there, so it's not a bad lap time at all.
Oh no, hold on, Kroneholme retired. I have to despawn. I have to respawn Kroneholme. Hopefully this doesn't crash the game. Okay. No, he... Okay, we're gonna time accelerate. I'm sorry for doing this. Okay, I just hope Kroneholm leaves the pit lane.
Come on, Marcus.
Because if he doesn't, we're gonna be screwed in qualifying. Strada comes into the pits. Not many cars. There's Maximilian Stunner. Currently in 17th. Not the greatest thing that HWA can do better. Marcus, can you leave the pit? Okay.
That's one way to leave the pit lane.
I forgot the non-collider. That's on me. But Marcus is just not moving. That's concerning.
That is quite concerning.
I mean, usually when someone is not moving, it's concerning.
It is quite concerning, yes.
None of the top people in the... Marcus, move!
I should also note, if we can divert our attention away from the stationary RT of Kronholm, Sierra Knox in 5th. Not bad effort from the American at all.
That proves that Formula E isn't just, you know, a series where people go to exist, I guess. There's no other way to say it. It's no longer a series where, at least in MMS F1, it's not a series that you can just associate with poor driving standards and all the other things. I think Formula E is actually a good proving ground for drivers.
Yeah, I mean, the Formula E field, they are no pushovers. I mean, we've seen such close racing, and everyone's been going all out for victories and podiums and just all the little points positions. So it really goes to show, I mean, yeah, they are no pushovers and that they are actually good drivers. And both Knox and Badeau are making their transition into the Formula 2 field are really proving it right now.
Yeah, as onboard Holmqvist at the moment, not improving a lap time, so that car missed the setup, really missed it. Marcus is not moving, and I think we might have to like restart qualifying. So to the new viewers, okay, yeah, it's unfortunate. We're gonna have to restart qualifying. To the new viewers, yeah, it's unfortunate. I'm just gonna continue with the session, but Air Factor, if a car does not set a lap time, that's not the player car, it glitches the field out because it reads the car that didn't set a lap time as time of 0 seconds. It glitches the game a bit out and the whole field gets mixed up. It's not fun. We can see what happens when you go into the race session, but we most likely will have to restart qualifying.
Yeah, it's a big shame. This game is old.
It's actually the same age as me. I'm actually a bit older than it. It's scary. Then again, people run OCs and GP4, so...
Do you want to know something funny?
Yeah.
Speaking of games and birthdays, I share the exact same age as Roblox. that it's actually true, I do. Guy's gone.
Why did you reveal this fact to me? It's ruined it. Okay, guys, we're gonna just, we're just gonna finish the set. Oh, I could have. Yeah, you see, he set a lap time.
Yes.
Okay, so nothing changed in the order, I think. But now, when we go into the race session, right? What? What? No, what the?
It works!
Hold on. I'm gonna take a screenshot of the results preemptively. What? Okay, so, anticlimactic, but Karmevakis is on pole.
This didn't happen in the IndyCar. For those who watched the...
Because he didn't set a lap time, I think. I don't know how this works. Hold on. Hold on, I'm gonna post the results. If this works... then we have cracked the code. We just have to time skip at the end of the session.
We have broken the matrix, ladies and gentlemen.
Yo, hold on. Let's see. It works. It actually works.
Way!
Well, let's go then. We're going to race. We're going to the race. No interruptions needed. We're going to the race. That's
Thank you, gods of R Factor. Very
yes,
cool.
thank you. So on pole position is Isiakos Karmevakis, the man who won the last race. He is in the championship fight. Miran, any comments about that?
It's not someone you'd expect coming out of Bahrain, but it's a very welcome surprise to see Isakios Karmevakis up there.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go over the grid. So it's Karmevakis followed with Matthew O'Hara.
Yeah, Trident were not a
They were not a
they were-
stellar team, but they had pace at times. I mean, O'Hara is fifth in the standings, so
Yeah,
But
I mean,
still.
it's not bad for them at all.
there is Denex Svoboda, followed by Mari Miller, P2 in the standings, and it's Sierra Knox and Imran. Row 3 is filled with the rookies, and that's great to see. Then we have Komedipur, Valsecki, Wells, Stojanovic, Musterman, Schulard. Man, Schulard and Musterman being teammates now, that's a very nice lineup. Then we have DJ Schwala, Gabriel Badeau, Weitz, Serdiak, Stöner, Bagus, Estrada, Holmqvist, Petrauskas, and Krone Holme, who didn't set a lap time in qualifying. Alright then, we are ready to go.
Yes, we are.
Let's go then, see Wolf will miss the start of the race, but that's fine, here we go. The lights are gonna come on now. Lights are coming on. It's 5 red lights, and we're green in San Marino. It's a good start from Karmevakis. Svoboda easily behind him. O'Hara drops to third. Contact on the straight as they get to Tamburello. Too wide between Svoboda and Karmevakis. As it is O'Hara of the better line. Miller in the background as well. It is at the moment O'Hara and Svoboda is side by side. Karmevakis keeps the lead of the race. Into the hairpin they go. Sierra Knox into third, into second even. Wow!
Yeah, great start for Knox, but especially for Svoboda. He got an absolutely fantastic start, but was covered off by Karmevakis
Ignore
the start.
Ignore, that's just me.
And he's fallen down to third here as he's wheel to wheel with Matthew O'Hara, who himself didn't have the greatest of getaways, but he's dueling.
Oh,
with
Karmevakis goes a bit wide, Miller goes wide as well, contact between one of the Premas. But no damage to anyone on lap 1. Oh, never mind. Oh no, that's Petrauskas.
Yeah, that's a big shame for Petrauskas. He didn't qualify very well either, so...
He probably suffers the pain of the last GT race as well. He got the decent turn in, but that's Holmqvist just... I mean, he does turn into Holmqvist. As if she wasn't there, so I guess there is some blame to be put on the Lithuanian. Please, just go into a wall. Anke. Oh, okay. So, back to the racing that we kind of missed. Yeah, it is Svoboda leading from O'Hara and Sierra Knox, and we can see now Mari Miller versus Valsecki. This is the two championship leaders. Brake check from Miller onto Valsecki. I don't think the Italian will enjoy that, as well as his teammate now behind the Italian. As everybody now going into single file for this last set of chicanes. It is O'Hara in second.
Yeah, I have to say, Karmevakis got absolutely mugged on the start. Svoboda, I have to say, placed his car perfectly as he made a move on the Greek driver. And then O'Hara saw the opportunity to slip past as well, and that's how Karmevakis going wide. And that allowed Sierra Knox to try and get past. Karmevakis, though, he's not going to have any of it as it goes on the inside of the American, making her Formula 2 debut. And that is Isakios Karmevakis back up into the podium positions.
Yeah, look at it. It also showed how powerful slipstream is in these cars. Like, the pull they got was insane. On that straight is now Wells and Valsecki side by side, the two teammates. I don't think Prema is going to enjoy that. I think they're both in the title fight. But still, you know, side by side, Valsecki goes wide. Oh, Valsecki's off.
Ooh, that's going to cost the Italian
Nice.
a
And look at
lot.
Stojanovic instantly trying to gain positions here. Badeau as well.
Yeah, that was ambitious from Stojanovic, but she got kind of squeezed out there, and that allowed Badeau to make a nice little passing maneuver on Stojanovic. But as I was saying, what was I saying? I don't know.
Miller
But
onto
here
Knox now. Knox is starting to drop, but actually Miller messes up the overtake and doesn't get the position. Meanwhile, Zarmin Imran, there you go. Had a bit of a stroke there. Makes the tries to make the move onto Wells. Then we have Valsecki, Komodipor, and Badeau. That's Schulard. What happened to Duke? Oh!
Oh dear!
DJ Schwaller, that's a championship contender, spinning out. Massive moment right there. What happened?
That's a driver's third in the championship, or just over the curb.
Yeah. There's nothing Stojanovic could have done. I mean, Schwaller just kind of parked the bus. Stojanovic just clipped her with the front wing, and that's Schwaller off.
Yeah.
Schulard damaged.
It all happened so quickly, so I guess it didn't really give any of the two time to react.
Yeah. Let's see what happened here. Oh, just massive mistake from Ignacio Estrada.
I think the curb caught him.
It did. Bizarre accident nonetheless.
Yeah.
Back to the front. It is now Miller making another move on Sierra Knox, side by side. And contact.
Wow, that is very, very close as they bang wheels, but it's going to be Knox on the inside of Müller defending from the driver from Liechtenstein, but Müller gets the better exit on Knox. The two are still going to be wheel to wheel though, heading into the braking zone. It's going to be Knox on the inside line, and can she get it done though?
I think Knox is gonna get the defense done. Yes, she does. Miller still there though, side by side into chicane. That's not wise, as Aditya Bagus also got damage as Miller goes wide. Imran goes, whoa, so close. But yeah, what happened to my man Aditya? Mind you, this race also has mandatory pit stops. There is a mandatory pit stop to be made. I think he might have been caught up in one of the accidents, like this one, but I'm not too sure. Yes, okay, yeah.
Oh, yes.
Goes into the back of Duke Short, okay. So
yeah, by no means was that his fault. That's a shame for Bagus as... but yeah, Müller and Knox, I have to say, it was a fantastic battle between the two. Really, really great. Obviously, Müller made a mistake by going
but
wide.
Müller now has to be careful as she lost a bit of time after trying to overtake Sierra Knox, as Badeau doesn't lose any time, makes a massive lunge into Comedy Port that would have never worked. Gabriel needs to calm down a bit. To the front, O'Hara is battling Svoboda for the lead, and then Karmevakis is slowly catching up. Then it's a big gap, 4-second gap between Knox and Karmevakis, and then another gap between Miller and the American.
Yeah, Knox is... I mean, the battling obviously between Knox and Müller is what cost them the most. As we always say in MMS, battling is very costly, and it has cost them quite a lot. How many times did I say cost in that sentence? But either way, this is going to cost Müller a lot.
Overtake from Quinton Wells, at least an attempt of it. Also, I checked, Quinton Wells has only scored 6 points this season, so not really a championship contender, but he is putting the spanner in the works of his teammate Marco Valsecchi as he goes to the inside. The two Premas are now going to battle for what is P7, which is like the verge of the double-digit points. As Valsecchi goes for a daring overtake that would never work, goes off the road, goes... Oh, that's not looking good. As Badeau now goes on to Stojanovic, and that's Ida Weiss and Max Mustermann, as well as Markus Kroneholme. He started last, he's up into 13th already.
That's beautiful stuff from Markus Kroneholme, the former Formula 1 driver, really educating these youngsters on how it's done. Well, I shouldn't say youngster for some of these guys, because they are quite experienced, just like the man we are riding on board with at the moment, Chris Comedipor, as he's chasing down Quinton Wells. Yeah,
Comedipor, a great stand-in driver really for MP Motorsport. He will probably prolong their championship hopes, because, you know, he knows what to do.
Oh yes, he's... I mean, he has a solid pair of hands. He's a very experienced driver, especially within the Formula 1 field. He did, how many seasons was it? 4 seasons?
Yeah, he did 4 seasons straight.
Yeah, that isn't...
that's now O'Hara onto Svoboda, and that's... Karmevakis into the back of the Carlin. No damage to anyone, thankfully, but now we have a nice top 3 battle for the lead. Wells defending from Komdipor, Stojanovic and Badeau battling for position, and that's a spin!
No!
And Badeau, but...
That was stupid.
Genius!
Yeah, that's not how you make a rejoin, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, he makes the move,
he
and then he breaks.
No, didn't he spin on... Oh, I thought it looked like he spun on the curb there.
No, he got clipped by Stojanovic.
Because I felt like he started... the spin started engaging before, but yeah, this is just stupid.
This is just ridiculous from Badeau. This should have never happened. And as much as this is a racing incident, right? Because like Stojanovic is already trying to fit through the corner. I guess Badal does break a bit. Look, this is before the contact. This is the contact. So I guess Badal did spin on the curb, but then Stojanovic clips the back of the Trident, and then
I mean, the thing is, considering Badal started. I mean, he probably braked even harder to try and avoid the spin, and he started correcting it. And I guess Marika didn't really have much.
Yeah, no, because she was tailgating him, right? There's nothing you can do in that situation.
I mean, they were exactly. They were really close. I can't blame that on Stojanovic. It's more of Badal's fault.
Yeah, and then Badal does this.
Yeah,
and it's an immediate verdict from the stewards, by the way, on this. It's a disqualification. That's the fastest DSQ yet, I think. 5 laps in, GG.
Yeah, but that's going to leave a lot of the field with damage. It's a big shame for most of the guys who were running at the back of the field. But the top 3, look how close it is. I feel like we're going to have another ball rain in our hands.
Yeah, and mind you, they are yet to do a pit stop, and this is going to shake the field up even more. And I think the damaged cars out of this crash might, in the end, come out successful.
It could very well happen. We don't know what's going to happen if there's a big slide. Yeah,
the
I
curbs.
think that's going to be. No, sorry.
Yeah, the curbs here at Imola are very they're high raised. This reminds me of Enna Pergusa, right? And this makes it a very difficult track, especially in these cars, which are very throttle cautious.
Yeah, these cars are quite difficult to master. As Svoboda on the back
you don't read the stream chat, but yeah, Svoboda onto O'Hara now to the inside, side by side. Svoboda is gonna get the move. Yeah, no response from O'Hara here. Karmevakis behind them. Then Knox is catching up slightly, as that's Miller and Imran side by side. Imran is absolutely smashing it today. Then we have Valsekin, Komedy Stojanovic side by side of Max Musterman. Trying to do his best to get through the Lithuanian driver, as I think you've just seen the message. Kroneholme still, actually now in 12, then it's Weitz and Estrada. Bogus battling with Duke Schulard, and a bit of a contact there. Schulard tried to do a bit of a block, but Bogus gets through side by side now. The Indonesian and the German driver. Down here into the left-hander, it's gonna be Duke Schulard in front. Back to the front, Miller and Imran are still battling, and Svoboda hits O'Hara. O'Hara made a massive lunge side by side, and it is Svoboda now back into the lead. Karmevakis might go for Mafia O'Hara, not just yet, but it's gonna come close. It's gonna come soon.
It's gonna be very, very close. Karmevakis though just has to he has to be patient behind these two guys and just try and find the right opportunity to strike here. As O'Hara and Svoboda are going to be battling it out. Karmevakis, though, has the slipstream on the Englishman, and we'll see if he can try anything. O'Hara's going to try on Svoboda, though. That's going to see Sakios
but
getting
O'Hara's
boxed
going on
in.
the outside. That's a bit risky. Svoboda gets the inside line, which he can defend with. Karmevakis tried to do something, and there is Sierra Knox. As she knocks on the door of the top 3.
Shut up, please. I hate your puns.
As Miller is coming in this lap, Svoboda is coming on O'Hara, cuts off Karmevakis as Karmevakis slows down. And now Sierra Knox is gonna get through, I think.
There's something wrong with that car, I think. Something is wrong with the HWA of Karmevakis.
No, I think it's all fine. I think he just... Yeah, he went for a move here and got cut off and lost all the time in the world.
Oh, that is horrible for Isakios Karmevakis.
Massive mistake from a man like that.
Just the momentum, the momentum absolutely gone for Karmevakis. He's just going to have to hope that Svoboda and O'Hara battle now.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, Svoboda is coming in this lap, so he can only hope Svoboda holds up O'Hara. But that's it. There's nothing else you can really hope for at the moment.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how this is gonna play out.
Yeah, as on board with Matthew O'Hara, Svoboda comes into the pits now. This is the crucial moment of the race. This is where the strategy plays out. This is where the most important bits of the race happen. Muller is in as well, so that's important to know as well. Stojanovic in as well. Tight, as Svoboda leaves 9th second stop. Not great, not terrible really. Yeah.
I mean, I think it's... I mean, even a 10th faster stop by anyone from O'Hara to Karmevakis is gonna benefit them. But at the moment, it's going to be interesting to see what HWA can pull out this race, considering the absolute strategic accidental masterclass they pulled out in Adelaide. I wonder what they can do now here at Imola. But, okay, hear me out. I think that one of the guys who picked up damage earlier this race is going to benefit again, just like how Karmevakis did in Adelaide. I think we're going to see something similar in Imola.
I sure hope so. But now we can see Karmevakis getting close to O'Hara. None of them pitting this lap. Actually, nobody is pitting this lap from the front runners, apart from Comedy-Pour. So, interesting strategy. Kron Holmein as well, same with Weitz. Interesting strategies unfolding here. Some teams doing the long run. I don't think it's really going to benefit them, but who am I to judge that? Yeah, Bado is last, so thankfully not much to do. I don't know if I confirmed the 5-second penalty that someone received. That was Johanna Holmqvist for the rejoin. I think I confirmed it before, but just making sure. Back to the Rutherford lead now. Karmevakis and O'Hara. Karmevakis is going to have the run of a century.
Yeah, Karmevakis is going to get a fantastic amount of slips from here. Look at how much he's closing the overspeed on the Trident, as he is, I think, going to try it on O'Hara. This is for the provisional race lead, and he goes on the inside of Matthew O'Hara. Is he going to be able to slip past?
They banged the wheels a lot. I think he's gone through, and yeah, he's fully ahead of O'Hara, so despite going to the inside, he has the move. Both of them are pitting the slap, though, and Sierra Knox is catching up because of their battle.
They shouldn't have battled. That's going to cost them, especially to Svoboda, who is basically in free air and pushing a lot. It's gonna cost them maybe a tenth or two here and there, but they're just gonna have to hope that this strategy that they've put on now is gonna work.
Yeah, you don't really want to battle on your in lap, do you?
No.
Yeah, O'Hara heavy braking here. They're trying to lift and coast, trying to get. Yeah, but look at that. Svoboda is already entering the first set of chicanes, so I think we're gonna have a very tight finish on our hands.
I think Svoboda's got it. I mean, I can't see why anything would go wrong for him. Watches have now jinxed Zdenek Svoboda, and he's not going to win the race. But
damn you, Miran.
But no, I think, I mean, he's gone for a very good strategy. I mean, there's nothing really risky about it. As you can see, everyone now comes in. Knox, O'Hara, Karmevakis, Imran, and the two Premas as well are in. We're just going to have to hope that no one gets held up now.
Long drive for Valsecki. That's pardon that. As there's Svoboda, and that's Karmevakis. Oh, it was tight. Sierra Knox though jumps. Matthew O'Hara, Imran jumps. Matthew O'Hara. Matthew O'Hara got held up, and look at Valsecki as well. Valsecki's title hopes are gone.
O'Hara's going to be fuming after that, as now Comedy-Pour is going to try to get him as well. But there's O'Hara. Holding up Stojanovic as...
O'Hara lost out so much.
That is horrible to see. But it's still a top 3 battle, and Knox is now involved in it instead, as Schulert's going to try around the outside of
Stojanovic goes into O'Hara, as I think that... So, the reason why Petrauskas was in was probably a scheduled stop. Yes, okay, good. So, back to the front. It is Svoboda leading, as you said, but Karmevakis, I think he can close that 2.5 second gap down to win the race. They have Sierra Knox, the rookie driver that's standing in for only 3 races, battling Mari Miller. Then it's Imran, Wells, Vargas, followed by O'Hara, Stojanovic, and Schulert who are in a battle. Then we have Valsecki and Weitz. The field has spread out a bit, but on the oh no, Stunner.
What lap are we on, by the way? I can't see.
10
out of 10. Yeah, lap 10, there we go.
What happened to Stunner? He has damage. Oh. Estrada goes for a move, locks up, and Stunner has nowhere to go. Yeah, he hits the curb and locks the fronts. Not much.
Yeah,
not much. Stunner
you can't place the blame on Maxi Stunner there, unfortunately. But Svoboda looking very comfortable in the lead. Karmevakis is closing the gap, so he's got about 2 laps to close up and try and punch through Zdenek Svoboda, but that is easier said than done, considering how...
I mean, listen, he's gained a second in 2 sectors.
Really?
Yeah, look how quick he is. I think Svoboda burnt his tires. Look at this, it's 1.1. When they left the pits, it was like 3 seconds.
That is an abnormal amount of pace difference. Something is No, it's only a 1 lap difference in tire age. It can't be. What on earth? That is very
Karmevakis
peculiar.
just unlocked a god mode. As,
Yeah, really.
Look at this little pack here. Valsecki short and Stojanovic into the hairpin. And it is going to be Valsecki to the inside. Gets one car, doesn't get the ART though. Stojanovic standing her ground in 9th place.
Yeah, I have to say, a really underrated performance from Stojanovic. She's been driving quite well, and she's been involved there up in the midfield, making moves and defending her position and everything. So it's really not a bad race for Stojanovic at all. But Isakios Karmevakis, I think he has closed in on Svoboda.
Oh yes, he has. Imran has closed down on Miller, but here we go. Sierra Knox is pretty much in a world of her own, but these two are not. This is an invasion from Karmevakis into Svoboda's land. The HWA versus the Carlin, two beautiful looking cars with Sierra Knox in the background. I tell you what, they battle too long. We're gonna have Knox on our hands, trying to fight for the lead of the race.
I guess you could say that she's the one who knocks. Get that?
It's awful.
Yeah, I know. I was replicating you. Either way, we're gonna watch something a bit more serious as Karmevakis has the slipstream on Svoboda on the final lap of the San Marino Grand Prix. Is Karmevakis gonna try anything?
Yes,
here
he's
he goes.
gonna do it to the inside. He's got Svoboda instantly. Wow, that was anticlimactic. But look at this. Now Knox can try and catch up. Miller and Wells loses a position to Imran, I think. Bargos is low on fuel. Stojanovic has lost a position to Valsecki. Schulart's low on fuel. The people who got damaged in a massive pileup caused by Badeau now are suffering from like a bit of a fuel shortage. We might have some unsuspected results here, unexpected really, sorry, results in the dying laps. But here we go. Svoboda, Karmevakis and Knox all bunched up together. Oh, I think this is not over. Look at Svoboda. Svoboda has the run. He has the slipstream as well. Oh, don't tell me it's going to be it's going to be a move. It's going to be a move. He goes to the inside. No, not yet. He thought about it, but he was too far back. It would have been too reckless. So it is going to end this way, I think, because there's no way Svoboda is going to do anything. There's not enough slipstream. There's not enough anything. Karmevakis is going to make it 2 out of 2.
He is. As he comes round the final chicane, Isakios Karmevakis 2 in a row as he wins the San Marino Grand Prix. And what a drive from the man from Greece as well. Rightfully deserved, I have to say. Really great race from him and Svoboda as well. And Sierra Knox on their Formula 2 debut in P3. That's great.
Yeah, Musterman also in the points. Kroneholme manages to score points. Defending from Estrada, then we have Serliak, Holmqvist, DSQ'd, Petrauskas and Stinner. Fastest lap goes to Quinton Wells. So in the end, a good race for Prema.
Yeah, Prema have done quite well, but I do believe they will probably lose the championship lead after this.
Yeah, but yeah, Stinner crosses the line. The race is over. There is your race winner, Isakios Karmevakis, who wins round 3. And he's won the previous race, and he is, I believe now, your solidified championship leader.
Yes, really fantastic to see him on this pace. I mean, it makes you hopeful for the future drivers that can make it into Formula 1.
Yeah, so we will follow his career with great interest.
Yes.
Yeah, but yeah, driver of the day, Miran?
Oh, very, very difficult. There are so many people that have performed well. I mean, I'm gonna give it to Sierra Knox. I mean, really fantastic. I mean, where did she start even? It was like P6, P7.
P5, I think.
P5 it was, yeah. All the way to almost battling for the race lead. I mean, it was really, really well done.
And just especially in her first outing, you know, it's nice that great minds think alike. I also say Sierra Knox, so yeah. Next race follows the Formula 1 calendar, so it's the Italian Grand Prix at the Autodromo Nazionale Monza. That's going to be a fun race.
It's going to be very, very fun.
But yeah, that's it for now. You know, we do have school and everything. But yeah, it was a fun race. I'm Kai.
I'll be Miran.
And we'll see you in the next one. Be sure to be safe and remember to wear your seatbelt, and bye-bye.